Hey guys, what's up? It's Kron here. And you know what time of the year it is?
Oh yeah.
Come in.
It's NOMADIUM time. That's right, we are about to get underway to close registrations for NOMADIUM 2. Ever since we held the first one 12 months ago, people have been asking us, when is the sequel coming? So make sure you get involved, get registered if you haven't already. With any tournament, we need a prize pool. And last year, we managed to raise over $600 US. Can you please, if nothing else, just take 1 second to pause this video right now, even just briefly, and click on the link in the YouTube description and just donate a small amount.
Pay up.
If everyone who watches this donated $10, we'd easily surpass our goal of $1,000 within the day. Especially if you're participating in the tournament, just think of it like a non-compulsory, $10 or $20 sign-up fee, which is going towards that prize pool, which you have a good chance of winning as well. And so far we've had 3 donations. We've had Anonymous for $50, Boss Clan Predator for $20, and we've had Oscar Olafson, aka Conor McGregor, for $20 as well. So thank you guys so much for your donation so far. You've really set a great example there, and we hope that everyone watching this can help us create a prize pool that will give our players in our tournament that extra prestige level that we're seeking. The second thing after donating is please get involved. Make sure if you've got an idea or if you've thought about registering, please don't delay. Click on the registration link located in the video description and then take the mouse to register to this tournament. It's a very simple process. And then you simply scroll down, fill in your team name, player information for player 1, 2, 3, 4, and optionally player 5. So please do not delay. Make sure you talk to people and your friends on Steam. Get your registration submitted ASAP.
Sweet.
So since the last tournament, we've listened to player feedback. Players were telling us they liked the format, but they felt like there was just a little bit too much luck involved because sometimes you can lose the game simply by getting the worst nations. What we've done to solve this is we've listened to that feedback and we've created a structure which will, first of all, balance the games and make it fair for everyone. Secondly, it'll let teams choose their own nations, so there will still be a degree of randomness with the rares. But by allowing teams to pick their own nations, we're putting the destiny of every single team in this tournament in their own hands. Secondly, what we're going to do is we're going to draw the maps in advance so that all players and all teams know exactly what maps they will play during a series, whether it's a best of 1, best of 3, or a best of 5. This also means that the teams can sit there and strategize in advance about which nations they want to pick so that they can come in knowing that they're going to play on whatever map it might be. It might be Aussie Outback, it might be Mesa, it might be Amazon, and think, okay, strategically we're going to pick, Inca on Himalaya. Or you might think on Sahara, I want to pick a fast rushing nation such as Turks. So guys, I can hear your question right now. You're asking, how does this tier system work? We think this is going to take the tournament to that next level. So first of all, what's the tier system? The tier system is brought in to categorize all 24 nations into 4 different tiers, somewhat according to the strength of how we believe these nations perform in the format of a 3v3 or a 4v4 in bronze. For example, in tier 1 we've got Germans, Lakota, Turkish, Japs, Egyptians, and we've got Mongols to finish it off. In our view, by having one of these nations on your team, it provides you with a really strong advantage and it gives you the potential to have a game-changing nation, whether that's because they're fast, or they have huge economies, or the ability to rush, such as the Turkish, the ability to raid or build anywhere like Lakota, or the ability to boom and build wonders in Age 1, such as Egypt. Tiers 2 and 3 are quite similar in strength, and 4 is, generally speaking, the weaker nations. They might be a bit slower, or they may not have as much economic bonuses as the others. So how does the tier system work? When you select your nations for your clan, you cannot select 2 nations from the same tier. You must select one from each individual tier. For example, in a 4v4, you cannot select nations such as Germans, Lakota, Turks, and Japs all in the same team because they're all from tier 1, and that would be OP as hell. You need to select one during this tournament from each tier. So for example, in a 4v4, your first player might select Germans, then you might select British, then you might select Aztecs, and finally you might select a nation from tier 4 such as Dutch. During a best of 3, you then need to select nations for the next game. There are 2 very simple rules that you must remember. First golden rule is, if you played the last match as a certain tier nation, so for example you played as a nation from tier 1, you must select in the next game a nation from the next tier up. For example, if you played in tier 1 in game 1, you must select in game 2 a nation from Tier 2. If you played as a Tier 3 nation in Game 1, you must select a nation from Tier 4, and so on and so forth. And if you're in Tier 4, you go back to Tier 1 in the following game. You cannot select the same tier multiple times. So if you have a great player on your team, you can't just get them to play as the Tier 1 nation every time. They must go Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, or Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, or Tier 3, 4, 1, etc., etc. The second golden rule is during a series, you cannot select a nation which your team has selected in a previous match in that series. So for example, if your teammate has selected British and he was Tier 2 and you played as Tier 1 as Germans, in the next game, you need to select a nation from Tier 2. But you cannot select British in this instance because your teammate has already selected British in the previous game. But you might select Iroquois, you might select Bantu, you might select Inca, but you cannot select British in that particular match. So with this upcoming show match, we're going to play a match between PN5 and the Lat clan. We're going to randomly select the maps, which will be part of this show match best of 3 series. The way we're going to do this, it's very simple. It's going to be randomized in advance. The same map cannot appear twice in the same series. So guys, I'm excited to see this. We're going to test this out for the first time now. So by clicking this button, we're going to spin the wheel, and whatever the first map lands on will be the first of this best of 3 series. So let's do it. 3, 2, 1, click. What's it going to be? Oh my god. We have a winner indeed. Our first match of this best of 3 series will be on Old World. So what that means is we're going to remove Old World from the map pool for the second spin so that we can see which maps remaining will be the second and the third matches. So let's spin it again. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ooh, I'm thinking it might be Aussie, Amazon. Oh. And the second map will be Amazon here. So let's remove that from the pool. And then the final map, because this is a best of 3 series, let's spin it one last time.
Dude, we know who you're going to take. Just
Ooh, it looks like lakes. So the final map will be Great Lakes, and I'm excited about this. I mean, you've got Old World is such a low eco kind of map, not many rares there. Then you've got Amazon, which is quite balanced. It's kind of a boom map, but it also can have a lot of really crazy strategies. Then you've got Great Lakes as the final map. Classically a big boom map, but with these nation picks, who knows? One of the teams might go for something a bit more aggressive, or they might go for the typical, booming nations that are good on that map. Let's just wait and see. So Old World, Amazon, and Great Lakes are locked in as the map pool. So how are they going to strategize and think about what nations they pick and what players they put for each nation? And as I said before, make sure you check the description of this video. Make sure you do 2 things, please. Register your team if you haven't already. And secondly, please donate generously to the prize pool, whether it's $5, $10, $2, or $50. Whatever you can do is much appreciated, guys. And we look forward to you guys following the tournament as we get cracking in February. So guys, that's enough talking from me. Now it's time for us to sit back, grab some popcorn, and enjoy some quality ron. So on behalf of the tournament organizers, I hope you all enjoy. Register, donate, and I'll talk to you soon.